putting a half a dozen
This meeting is being recorded.
For people that maybe weren't comfortable being inside.
Great idea. Great idea.
Please put on your mask when you're not eating. We're still trying to be very careful about spreading this COVID. Thank you.
All right.
And I still have my little bitty bill. I'm waiting.
So you want it to stand up or what? Ah.
Yeah, no, on a booker, come on up.
All right.
Hi, everyone. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Anna. Okay, here we have Ron Colley, our phone master.
Whoops, you all right?
Okay, how's those voices out there? It's been hot out there. I don't know why. It's summertime. It's supposed to be like that. So there are the words up on the screen. And thank you, Michael and Diana, for squeezing them in at the last minute. You've all heard this, but it's pretty simple. In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime, strolling through the shady lanes with my baby behind, I hold her hand and we go by, and it's a very good sign. And she's my good easy, my good old summertime. Good old summertime, in the good old summertime. Rolling through the shady lane with my baby behind. I hold her hand and she goes on. That's a very
good song.
She's my good sweet
In the good old summertime.
Okay, I want you to thank our team for setup and takedown, and ask all the Penn State after to help with the takedown. Thank you very much to Michael and Bob. Okay, we have a thought for the day from Michael Cook.
Hot. Sorry about that one. Any luck? Do this. I have something on the phone under the subject of thought. Silence is golden. All right. Silence is golden. Yes, that's a good thought right there. Perfect. And creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep.
Thank you. Very good.
That's a good one.
And thank you to our group, Joyce. Thank you very much. And Scott, we have our raffle. Okay, you're set for that. Thank you, Scott. And our mic runner, thank you, Marty. Okay, now we want to welcome our guests and visitors.
Meet my guest today, who is Nicolette Langerfeld. She is the speaker and presenter for today.
Oh, and a friend of mine's guest today, Michael Lytle. He's a retired teacher, instructor, I go, sir, but he'll do a real short update on what's going on with the homeless RV, I don't know, homeless, not the right word, but the RV encampment out there by Old Lucky,
Mumble, mumble, mumble.
Just start over?
Okay, any more guests here? I think I see one.
I'd like to introduce you to Miriam Clary. This is her first time on this.
Second time.
Welcome. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Good to see you. This looks like a vacationer to me. I think he's there with us via Zoom. And thanks to the photo money. So I hope you're having a enjoyable, relaxed time, Dan.
Who's there?
Having a great time.
Okay, thank you, Dan.
Hi, Lynn.
Okay, time to mute all. And David, could you say just a couple of words about the arrival of our Ukrainian family?
Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. Our Ukrainian family is finally here after a lot of preparation, and this is a small gathering that happened at their new house. So we have Alla is the grandmother, gray hair, back setter. Next to her is Irina. Irina is dressed in black. And actually has some English. We were really happy. And then their two children, to the right of John, you remember John, he came and spoke with us, is Kira. And then the very youngest person is Miroslava. They started in the school yesterday. All things are happening. I'm going over there right after this meeting to do some more setups. And they're happy, they're here. And Allah is an excellent pastry chef. We should take advantage in some way. Excellent pastry chef.
Item, yeah.
Yes. I'm up for adoption now.
Thank you very much, David. Okay, and this does look like fun. Linda, all right, there you are.
So the best fun is serendipitous. Since I'm no longer selling insurance, I still get a lot of calls, and I've been sending referrals to about 3 different places. I go for the best fit. But my friend Josh Johnson at the George Peterson Agency, I've been sending him a lot of good business, and he treated me to 4 tickets to the Giants game. And David and Susan joined us, and it turns out Susan's a real fan. Jim's a fan. I kind of on the periphery. I'm from Chicago. I like the Cubs. What can I say? But it was great fun. We took the ferry over. We talked about everything Rotary in the car. Talked about youth exchange and Chile. And lo and behold, we met waiting for the ferry. Sebastian and Domingo. And they are the brothers of our district's exchange student, the young man who had the skiing accident when he was here. I don't know if you guys remember that, but Rotary makes the world smaller. And so we got to meet our new friends. We had excellent seats in the 6th row, right between third base, and the outfield saw a lot of action, and it was a good game as far as, and lots of interesting things, including a funny pickle in the middle experience. But it's yeah, good fun, and go Giants. They're gonna have to win every game for the rest of the year, but I guess they're on a roll, so let's hold that thought. And thank you, Diana, and thank you, Jim and David and Susan. It was a good time.
Great, and it does look like something. Okay, we have a few words about the main event, the main lobster boil. Who's gonna say a few words about that one?
Rush down on me yet, Brian? So on your table, you will find flyers for the main event coming up on the 8th of October. I've got a bunch of flyers, so I'll put more out here on the table, pick some up as you leave. I will have some postcards for you next week that you'll be able to distribute also. I think I gave everybody 6 tickets that came into the room. If you didn't get 6 tickets from me, please see me on the way out. And then Joe, you want to talk about our sales effort here?
Absolutely. And you're not limited to those 6 tickets, by the way. If you need more, Michael's got them. But those of us who were at or had an opportunity to either work or be at the Gravenstein Apple Fair can attest to the fact that the community is itching to get back together again. It was packed, and I really think we have an opportunity here to get on that coattail, so to speak, and sell a bunch of tickets and have a great event. In fact, I'm going to predict, Michael, that we're going to have a waiting list for tickets. That's how popular this is going to be. So you each have 6 tickets. Don't stop there, and you got to strike while iron's hot. People kind of plan their time in advance. So it would be wonderful if you could maybe have a table of 8 other of your best friends, relatives, neighbors, whomever. But it's a great opportunity, and the most important thing is we're back at it again, and we're going to raise some money for the community. So sell those tickets.
Okay, thank you.
Can we get this flyer emailed to us?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and ticket sales are live on the web now, so you can buy tickets on our website.
Also, when you send those flyers to everybody, will you also send a copy of the donation form? Because I had some things donated, or they're picked them up and put them in my car, but there was no donation form. I'm not gonna chase people down, I'm on very limited time, so I greatly appreciate you bringing stuff in, but I need to know who we can thank for it, otherwise you won't get a thank you note. And remember, look for new stuff in your house that can be repurposed, and we'll basket it up, and it will be a successful silent auction.
Okay, great, thank you. And tonight, 5:30, the 17th, the Rotary Club of Rancho Cotati is having a fundraiser. So that's over in Romer Park. You've received information about this already. And it looks like it's going to be a real fun time. So if you want to get over there, and you might take some of our lobster feed tickets with you. Thank you. Calendar of events. You know, this is coming up. I'm just going to remind you about the Festival of Brotherhood. It is coming up in October. I know that seems a little ways off, but anyone interested in that, it'd be great to see our club represented there from the district. And announcements. I would like very much to call on Michael Phil to come on up, our club secretary, and give us a few words. Got his mouthful, that's not fair. Give us a few words about Dewey Watson. And also, we never got your director in, so we got that too.
So at the board meeting on Monday night, I had recommended that we accept Dewey Watson, who was a member here for a number of years, joined when I did around 2011, I think, and then checked out about 6 years later. But he's continued to be a big supporter of the club. He's involved in almost everything that we do, including the hikes that people go on Mondays and the food bank program on Thursday, and continues to be a big advocate for the club. So I nominated him for honorary membership, and he was voted in, so he will now be among those few who are honorary members of the club. And the big benefit to him is that he'll be on a mailing list, see everything that the club's doing, and be even more active and participatory than he is now. So it's a good addition to our club.
Thank you very much, Michael. Yeah, that's just great. I'm glad you did that. Okay, we have a birthday boy today, Bob. The 17th, that's what it says. Can we say a few words?
Oliver's gonna sing.
Today, 69 today. So what would be the most Sebastopol way of celebrating birthdays?
Pizza.
I was gifted with 50 pounds of Gravensteins. So I'm dehydrating, juicing, and applesauce all day today. You're welcome over at my house to help.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Bob. And I'm a year older tomorrow, so I think that's enough said about that one. Thank you. Okay, and we have Monday morning hikers again. Joe.
Marnie, no, give it to Marnie.
Oh, okay, Marty, come on, Marty.
For inaugural hike.
So this was my first hike. I used to hike many years ago, but Gus and Joe were so hospitable and so sweet. And I'm so proud of myself, 5.5 miles. Wow. And my body is fine. So I'm gonna be a regular.
Morning. So, yeah, anyone wanting to join the Monday morning hikers, we can put you on the emailing list. Thank you. Okay, Gravenstein Apple Fair. That young woman in the middle, Scott, you recognize her?
Yes, I think I do recognize her. I can't believe that hottie goes home with me every night. Where's my picture? I mean, I was there.
I heard that, you were right
Well, she looks better there without me.
away.
Well, we were glad to see you there, and it was a good time. There were lots of people.
There sure were. They just came
Made some
streaming
good money.
through. A huge successful event. Thank you.
Indeed.
The other two pictures, as I sat and helped with the ticket sales, and I know we had a large representation from our crew here. I'm not going to name everybody, but it was really great to see our club represented and Rotary represented there. Okay, we do have an international committee meeting next week on the 24th at 8:30. Then the volunteer for the Redwood Food Bank. And on the 25th, it's the Santa Rosa Scarf Dinner, which you've received flyers for. And then on the first Friday, my gosh, we're getting right into September. And then there's October, our lobster feed, and in the middle of October, our celebration of life for Bruce Campbell. So things are moving right along. We're already into fall. Okay, now we'd like a few words from Michael Little, and I think we need to coordinate that with Michael Cook.
Yeah, let's do a reintroduction because I wasn't crystal clear for Marty. So Michael and I are in the same men's group. He has been doing this cool project up where the RV park is, up by the community church. And it was a lot to set up that whole project. And Michael, in his career, did a lot of videography, and he taught a lot of the arts, and so he's been documenting what's going on up there. And I'm sure a lot of you are interested in what's going on behind the big wall. And there's a big fence, and there's a security guy standing outside, but there's actually a really nice community up there. And I'm gonna find some time while you set it up. So try to keep this short, as we can do a future program where we cover a lot more. But especially for Jim Glom and others who are really interested in the homeless issue in town and what's going on, because we're naturally a group that should be involved with what's going on there, and more with the homeless challenge. And again, the homeless is not the new right word, it's the people who don't have a home type of thing.
So this is Ben, who we will listen to in a few minutes, 2 minutes, and he's one of the people who has been homeless for a long time, and he will tell you how he became homeless, and now he is the manager of that site, the RV park. That's what it really is now. And
When we start the video.
I'm delighted to answer questions, or we have so little time. So I think he will speak for himself.
Yeah, I was, and I owned my own home. I got divorced, and during the divorce, sold the home.
That's the curse of this controller, it mutes everything.
Moved into a shop that I was trying to start, an electrical shop, and was staying there. When I was kind of abruptly evicted from that space by my landlord, and then I moved in with family and for a few months, and then was had a falling out with one of my siblings, and was asked to leave by my mother, which is unfortunate. Well, so then I ended up living in my car, and then my car was towed by the police department for my registration being expired, and I lost most of my day-to-day living essentials, clothing and toiletries and all that stuff. And I think there's this kind of pressure or force that kind of happens that drives a good cross-section of the society that doesn't have a lot of cushion financially. You know, they say most people are 2 paychecks away from being homeless, and you know, it's interesting when you go through the experience of becoming homeless. You realize how hard it is to, you know, kind of get back on your feet, so to speak. You know, because you know when you have financial disparity. If you're living in a car, you maybe fall behind on your registration, and then there's this big push from the police to get rid of the homeless, and so they use the tools at their disposal, which towing cars, you know, which is someone's home, and all their resources, all their food, everything, and when they have financial disparity, they can't get it out of the tow yard, or maybe that, you know, was going to be their first month's rent that now they have to spend on getting their vehicle out. So there's this, you know, from several different directions, there's this extra pressure, you know, that makes it harder to get out of being homeless. You know, just something as simple as, you know, finding a bathroom. You know, especially now that they've closed most of the public bathrooms in Sonoma County. It can be like take hours. You know, it's kind of insane. You know. You know, there's in Sebastopol's been pretty good. They have open bathrooms, but in Santa Rosa, most of the park bathrooms are closed. You know, because of the homeless issue. They don't want the homeless using the bathrooms. You know, so you end up having to schedule your day around, you know, things like washing your face or finding a bathroom or doing a load of laundry. that can be like an all-day affair. You know, it's quite daunting. Well, for me, I've gotten a job out of it, and I've gotten a home out of it. Which is a huge thing because I can set an alarm now. I can charge my phone. I can take a shower, and go to work clean, and all the things that would take me 5 times as long to do when I was homeless.
Think to compare?
No, nothing.
What that you mean?
I mean, I didn't feel the way I feel about other homeless people and the need to support each other ever before in my previous life. Because, for us, it's life and death. I mean, it really is, you get an infection when you're homeless, and it can kill you, I mean, to get to a doctor, it might take you a couple of days or something, you might have to walk or try to find someone who still has a vehicle that can give you a ride, or an outreach worker or something, if they can find you, or if you can find them, so.
Judy, are you getting any of this?
We're not getting any audio on Zoom from Diana. Hello, can anyone hear? We're not getting any audio on Zoom.
No Rotary today. Okay. So Dan and Judy, I'm going to talk to Michael and see if we can have a room that's outside at the lobster feed that my wife and I and friends can be feeling safe about. Maybe they can open up one wall of the room if it's possible, and have some tables outside too. You're muted, Judy.
Sounds like a good idea.
I'll talk to Michael about it.
For people that are having doubts, I think it might even increase sales if they knew they could do that.
Yeah, I can't remember whether that room we were in before had a wall that was removable. I kind of doubt it, but
What's the date of this?
8th of October. So that's
Well,
4
you're
weeks,
taking
3
your
weeks.
chances on what the weather's going to be. Yeah.
They have a big, I know that there's an overhang, a roof, porches with a roof on the south side, I believe.
Okay.
I'll talk to Michael about it and see what he says.
Yeah, see what he says. I doubt that there'd be a lot of people who would take advantage of it, but for those for whom it was important, it would be key.
Well, there's 4 of us and you, that's 5. And maybe I'll get a few more folks if it's safe. I know my Garth, my friend in the neighborhood who's donating his B&B for a week to somebody from Maine. He's not going to want to come if it's inside. So that's 7.
I think there might be more people than we think.
Yeah.
So maybe just to explore options at the art center and see what could be done, how many we might be able to accommodate. I think it's worth looking into.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get anything this morning here.
Doesn't seem to be.
No. So Dan, while you're there visiting, have you had any of the fabulous Michigan black cherries?
We've had some cherries. They're pretty good. So still looking forward to the start of corn season coming here too.
Ooh,
They get some
yeah.
pretty good corn as well.
When they're at their best, Michigan black cherries are the best in the country.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. But you know, these days people do them too early and you never know. And of course you can always, where you are, you can always get yourself some Mackinac Island fudge.
Yeah, try to avoid that. But it is tasty. Miriam went and swam around Mackinac Island last weekend. Yeah. Took her about 4.5 hours.
Wow.
Golly.
Yeah.
She was in the water that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
You're both swimmers, huh?
Yep, that's how we met. Although she's been doing the long distance stuff. Before the meeting, I went out and swam about half an hour, which was nice.
Wasn't it awfully cold?
You know, the water's in the high 60s, which, you know, she trains in San Francisco Bay, so it's pretty warm for her.
Wow.
But it's pretty here right now. Got very good weather, so enjoying it.
Enjoy it, because around this time of the year, maybe not so close to the water, but I remember growing up in Michigan, it's humidity and bugs. So
yeah, we try to thread the needle between black fly season and mosquito season.
Yeah.
But there's always some bugs around. That's just part of it.
We forget about that in California. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, guys, I don't think we're going to get anything, so I think I'm going to take off for the day.
Yeah. Time to sign off.
Have a good week.
Well, nice to see you both.
for the next week, which was our boot camp for 17-year-old students and paid internships for our 18-year-old students. In addition to this construction-related training, during Skills Week, they also got resume writing help. They sat through mock interviews, and we had Redwood Credit Union come in and do some financial stability programming for them. So that when they got that first paycheck, they knew the importance of being banked. They knew about credit. They knew about savings. And we're really looking at expanding that part of the program because we feel like these kids are going to go out and get these jobs that are averaging, $25 to $35 an hour. And so we really need to talk to them about the importance of financial management and being, safe with your money so that they can continue to live in Sonoma County and work in Sonoma County. This was my favorite part of the program. So the last 2 weeks of the program, our 18-year-old students were placed in paid internships with 8 companies in Sonoma County. We had 11 interns. Our students that weren't eligible for internships because they weren't 18 got to do a 2-week boot camp. And we partnered with TLC, Family and Children's Services, just out here in West County. They have a farm-to-table program that they are implementing, and our students built TLC this wonderful chicken coop. So the TLC students can now raise chickens, they can use the eggs for their farm-to-table program. They also built some really fabulous redwood planters. But the really cool thing about this project is that they were involved from the very beginning through the end. So we bought the plans, they read the plans, we did the material list, they made all the cuts, they put it together, and then the 15 students lifted this giant chicken coop up onto a flatbed truck, transported it to West County, and then placed it in its final destination. So we get to go back now and show them, it's filled with chickens, they're producing eggs, and they're helping. And so in addition to getting some hands-on carpentry skills, they also learned about another nonprofit in Sonoma County that's serving students. And so we're really looking at continuing this and partnering with local nonprofits to do projects for boot camp. And then the very end of the program was an interviewing event and graduation. So collectively, our 26 students who came over 3 hours participated in 50 interviews with local companies, with several of them getting job offers, which is very exciting because that is really the focus of this program, right? To get trained young people into jobs in Sonoma County. And then we ended with a graduation ceremony where their families came and we celebrated their accomplishments, gave them certificates and had cake, and it was really wonderful. So I've been with the Builders Exchange for 5 months now. So I was there right when this program started, and it was a really amazing way to kind of get my feet wet there and see the wonderful things that we're doing. Very much looking forward to next year. And expanding the program, and so wanted to share with you our 2023 goals. We'd love to raise more awareness about North Bay Construction Corps. So reaching more students, letting the community know about it, working with community partners, working with new funders. We want to increase the number of industry partners involved. We had probably like 3 to 5 at every session. It would really be nice to have more because they're providing these students with really great advice and mentorship. We want to increase the number of chapters in Sonoma County. Right now we have a West County chapter and we have a Rancho Cotati chapter, but we take students from all over the county. We had 36 students from 12 high schools all throughout Sonoma County this year, so we would really love to have these kind of local chapters where West County is serving just Annalee and Laguna and potentially TLC because they have a high school, and Rancho Cotati is serving Roanoke Park, and we have a Sonoma Valley, so our students aren't having to travel as much. We also want to engage more women in the program. Out of our 36 students, 2 were women. They were rock stars. They were fantastic. We know that like 1 in 10 construction workers are women, and so we would really love to engage additional young women in this program. We want to offer additional certifications like I talked about, OSHA 10, forklift operation, kind of look at that and see how we can best prepare these students to get a job. We want to expand to Mendocino County. So we really want to start to get back to where we were pre-pandemic. So those are our goals for the program. I really appreciate you guys having me today, and I will open it up for questions.
This is fantastic. So I'm in charge of vocational stuff here. How can we help? Can we help you set up the chapter here with the schools and coordinate? Because we have a strong tie with the students here. What else can we do?
So we have an amazing West County chapter teacher, Joe Maloney from Laguna. It's really just getting the word out. I think, we work with the college and career counselors at the schools to reach the students. We kind of have a captive audience at the high schools, which is nice. But if you all know of any local industry professionals that want to get involved, just letting them know about the construction corps, that, we're always looking for volunteers. Unfortunately, our volunteers have to be construction industry trained volunteers. And then also, if there are any nonprofits that you guys know of that are looking for a project that needs to be done, we'll be taking applications for that, right? So in the past, we've done some like painting and stuff for community centers. We're really looking at enhancing their carpentry skills, so kind of something like this, but we're always looking for projects that might align with what we're doing to provide them with some hands-on experience.
How does your organization deal with issues involving unions and their involvement in either your program or the industry?
So we, in this program, we're not pro-union or anti-union. We give them all of the information on, this is what it means to work for a union shop. This is what it means to work for a non-union shop. Here are the advantages, here are the disadvantages, kind of just really putting it out there very objectively. We have a lot of partners who work for industry shops, who own industry shops or union shops, and we've got some that don't. And so we just really try to walk that fine line to not, push it either way, but to give them the information that they need to make their own educated decision.
Do you have any kind of evaluation of how successful your program is?
Currently, we don't, so that is one of the things that when I came in, I have a background in program evaluation, and so we're looking at how best to evaluate this program. Right now, we've developed a survey that's gone out to our students that we're waiting to get back, talking about feedback for the program, if they're employed, how much they're making, if they have benefits, so that we can track that. But the evaluation piece is definitely one that's lacking a bit right now that we're hoping to really enhance over the next year.
Are there programs like yours in other Bay Area towns?
Yes, so there's a program here that the Lime Foundation runs, and it's all online, but it's very similar. And then there is Sacramento. I know Sacramento's not in the Bay Area, but Sacramento has a really robust high school program, and I'm actually going there on Friday to talk to them about kind of their successes and how they've gotten to where they are. And the Marin Builders Exchange has taken our construction core name and framework and implemented it in Marin. So we're really looking at, once we can get this really solid and have an evaluation plan, how to do this kind of like construction core in a box where we can give it to different counties to implement.
Do you have to carry workers' compensation insurance on the kids, and is that tricky?
We do have to carry workers' compensation insurance on the kids. In the past, we have enrolled them in the work study program at the San Rosa Junior College, and they've been insured through them. The North Coast Builders Exchange also offers workman's comp insurance for our members through George Peterson, and so that's how we insure them now.
Sorry. No, but I have to ask, do you work with the day labor centers, like grade day labor? Because I know they're trying to learn more.
We don't. One of the goals also for this program is when we can kind of get it up and running and the number of chapters that we want here is to expand to adult education. And so we're currently partnering with the San Jose Junior College. We're a ARPA grant recipient from the American Rescue Plan. And they're funding part of our program, and part of that is to work with them to see how we can expand this to adults. And the day labor centers are definitely one of our partners that we've identified.
I know in the past, some of the unions had apprenticeship programs that have been hungry to find, just like you, to find new people. You coordinated all of the unions on that aspect.
We don't currently. Part of this grant that we've got through the junior college, we're partnering with the SRGC and the Sonoma County TIP program, which is an internship, a union apprenticeship program. And so we're looking at how we can kind of feed into some of those with still being very neutral on union or non-union.
Great, well, thank you very much. I have a little token of our appreciation here from the Rotary Club. Thank you for our guest speaker, and we really appreciate it. That was terrific. Thank you so much. I've got to go back. Escape? I just hit escape. I hit. This week's program, perfect, you're good.
That doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, it doesn't matter now? Okay, I'll take that. Okay, this week's drawing, where's?
I'm ready for it, Bob.
Come on up.
Boy, I'm afraid to count.
Okay, well, I know it's adding up. Okay. The drawing.
John, you ready?
Shall I draw the ticket? You
Yeah, draw the ticket.
I'll draw the ticket.
Let's do it right.
See who the lucky winner is.
Okay. I want to do this without glasses. No.
3450.
Hey, no, very.
All right.
You gonna get the big red marble? No, okay.
Lucky in love.
Well, we're pushing into 10 months. I'm gonna have to find out how much is in this pot. It's
Jerry, how
growing,
much is in the
Jerry.
pot?
What's
Jerry,
our
how
pot now?
Hurry, Jeremy, hurry.
More than $40.
Okay, here we go. Have a chance to win some more. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. You want the marble back there? Okay, you got it. Thank you.
Diana, if you could go back to the post of the fundraiser tonight, because I think some people don't know where it is and if it's really May.
Okay, let me get through the meeting and I'll bring it back up afterward, okay? Thank you, good idea. Oh, we have a joke from Linda. Come on up.
Okay, so I've been trying out some new recipes at Linda's Freestone Kitchen, and I found a really interesting one yesterday. What do you get when you boil a funny bone? You get a laughing stock.
That is great. Okay. Now, I will try to go back up to that right now. I just have a couple of minutes. So, let me see.
Linda, can I announce something while you're doing that? Just to let people know, Linda contacted me this week. His school where his wife worked is short 2 teachers. I know Annalie's looking for some teachers. I have it on Facebook. San Francisco needs almost 500. On Wednesday, the governor let lapse a bill that would allow retired teachers and administrators to work for school district and it not affect their STR at the state teachers retirement. But he let it lapse when we need it to start the school. So I'm requesting that some of you call Mike McGuire's office and say, you know, we really need that these school districts need to have teachers.
Okay, great, thank you.
I'm confused with that one because it says tonight at 5:30, but then below it says September 17th.
That's because I managed to screw up about 3 things in this presentation, and that's my fault.
That's okay.
So it is September 17th?
We're good for September 17th, and I messed that one up. So
Okay, so
I'm glad you caught that. Thank you very much, Kathy, you are good. Nobody else mentioned it, you know, it was here for everybody, and of course it was me, but thank you, we'll get that fixed.
so it is September 17th.
Yeah, I would have everybody running over there tonight, that would be, thank you so much. Okay, so, let's see. We'll get back down to where we belong. And
Happy
we're ready for Happy Trails.
That's right.